So this is the room we shall be interviewing Mr. Curtly Gwindi. March 2019. It's been a long time since I've posted, but today I got a special guest for you guys, Mr. Curtly Gwindi himself. Please come through.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah. Good seeing you, Mr. Curtly Gwindi.
Absolutely.
Please, this year is flying, Mr. Gwindi. Please just give us a succinct introduction of yourself.
All right, hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here, truly. It's a pleasure to be on Dario Rio, official YouTube channel, Mr. Tulani Mlambo. Yeah. I really am Curtly Gwindi, just a guy, you know. Uncle Curtly, known to more affectionately. Sekuru in our vernacular language. And I'm a media broadcaster, an MC and a host, as well as a voiceover artist. And I'm very much into youth advocacy work. I think that's the mainstream of what our discussion is going to be today. Advocacy work is what we believe, and advocacy work is what we stand for. At the end of the day, we want a Zimbabwe, we want a world rather, at large, that stands for the right things and the right reasons. I think that's as succinct as it gets, right?
Thank you. Well, the topic I wanted to talk to you about first is the role of the youth in developing Zimbabwe. What as a youth can I be doing right now to help my country get to where it needs to be?
Okay, as a young person, I believe Tulani is a young person with a vision.
Yeah.
First and foremost, Tulani should have a vision. And as a young person as well, you should be able to have a sound educational background. I can't explain to you how important that is in this 21st century. It's not everyone who has access to education. It's not everyone who adores the idea of going to school. But at the end of the day, like I said to you before, a vision is important. Having an ambition, a vision, and knowing where you want to go and how you're going to get there. Not just where you want to go, but also how you're going to get there. That's how you can contribute to the development of this economy, to the development of the world at large, because it's just not limited to where you are as a Zimbabwean or where you are currently as a young person. But I know this great quote, Tulani, actually, that says, never let the reality that you are in downgrade your dream. So as a young person, if you have a dream, never look at your reality. That's the most important thing. Never look at where you are currently, because it's your vision. We are young. I am young, you are young, and we are able to dream big. We have a lot of years ahead of us. We are able, God forbid, we don't want to die young. And we want to develop this economy for our future. So we're not the leaders of tomorrow. We are actually the leaders of today, because we're developing our own tomorrow.
Okay, so I think just a short summary, have a vision. Education is important, and don't let your circumstances dictate to you. Dictate to your circumstances.
Exactly.
Is that what you're shooting at, right?
Absolutely, that's what I'm shooting
at. Number two, I see you're very active. You're a youth advocate. You're an advocate for the youth.
Absolutely.
What's this Agenda 2030? I see you pushing on your Instagram and everything. Is it in line with like the Sustainable Development Goals 2030 or for the world?
Absolutely. We are lining up the vision that was given to us by the United Nations, hinged by what the president also spoke to us about young people taking an active role in developing the economy. As you know, in our very beloved Zimbabwe, we've introduced a new currency, and there's been a lot of rap around it. There's been a lot of conversation going about, and we're saying to young people, it's important for you to raise awareness of what is actually going on in the country. Don't just think it's turmoil upon turmoil upon turmoil, but it's actually an issue that needs engagement of young people. So the long and short of it is Agenda 2030 basically looks at three key or three main points. The first one being engagement of young people. Engagement of young people in particularly every sphere that can relatively or directly affect the economy. The second thing is being able to speak out. We want young people to be a voice.
Yeah.
We want young people to actually be hands-on with the particular projects, with the particular entrepreneurships, with the particular startups that happen. You know, we
Yeah.
want business people like Tulani to be able to thrive in an economy like yours and mine. You know, and this is not supposed to happen when Tulani is now 35 years old in his very big bed, speaking from his very big office, speaking on a very big television, talking about the economy. We want him to do that right now. At a point in time in Zimbabwe called the youth peak. The youth peak is when the youth are most prone. Right now, we want the youth to be very prone to the issues, just to take an active role.
Yeah.
I think I can be very passionate about this, but let me go on. I don't want to digress. The third thing is obviously just being young people who are, like I spoke about, having a vision and having a focus. I think singleness of purpose is important, and that's what we want to find in young people. It may be a skill set, it may be a talent, it may be a qualification or a soft skill, right?
Yeah.
We want young people to be able to come through and be able to speak to us and say, okay, I've got this going on for me. How best can Vision 2030 be hands-on, can be a hands-on approach with me, and we can do this together. We can partner with you. We recently just opened up a database called the National Youth Skills Database. It speaks to foreign investment. We are saying that foreign investment can come in, and if they want, young people, we say your soft skill, your talent, whatever it is, we directly, take from consumer to the business, from business to the consumer. I was reading about e-commerce the other day, so this is where I'm getting this lingo. Yes.
But it's always human to human.
Yes, it's always human to human. Yeah, absolutely. It's direct correlation.
Yeah.
So yes, that's what it is, and those are the three main pillars we're hinging on.
Third topic, we'll go on. There's a serious equality gap in Zimbabwe, Africa, even the world, gender equality. How can we help push our women entrepreneurs who are trying to push their businesses? I know, for example, my sister has an events company, Siyazi Events.
Shout out to Siyazi, by the way.
Shout out to Siyazi. I mean, she's doing quite well, but how can I help females to excel, to be on the same platform as men in Africa?
I think, Tulani, you've really touched a soft spot for me. Where I advocate for, in fact, one of the very numerous organizations I advocate for, we speak about gender equality, and there are the 16 days of activism we've actually just come from speaking about just last month, and I spoke at a forum where we spoke about gender-based violence, and I was simply saying that this gender-based violence doesn't come because men are seemingly more muscular, men are seemingly more higher earning in households. No. It's simple gender equality awareness that is lacking. It's lacking. And, the patriarchal society is long gone. That's a 20th century conversation to that.
Yeah.
And right now we want to speak about women taking an active role. But it won't happen where in their households they're stifled.
Yeah.
They're stifled in their households. They're not given the opportunity to express themselves freely in their own household. And the saying that charity begins at home.
Yeah.
We don't want a situation where in a household a woman is stifled and then you expect her to come out with her company, with her entrepreneurship idea. So we want it to begin in the home.
Yeah.
We wanted to begin in the home, and that's exactly what we were speaking to the young people about at our forum last month. And it just begins with us as the gentlemen, us as the men. I mean, not all men are gentlemen. So, obviously you and I, we're gentlemen, but just the men in the households. We want to see a situation where they actually empower their women. I'm a youth empowerment advocate, not just an advocate, an empowerment advocate. And we want women to be empowered. We want women to take an active role, through the programs like the Vision 2030, Agenda 2063. We are speaking to those kind of programs to give women an active role. We're pushing them forward. In fact, we're putting them in the forefront.
Yeah.
So, I really, like I said, it's a very soft spot. But at the end of the day, I don't want to digress again. We want to see women who necessarily and relevantly speak up about their issues. And if it's an issue of rape, if it's an issue of being forced into an early child marriage, if it's an issue of being forced into prostitution simply because of circumstances that are beyond your control, let's talk about them. let's give you different opportunities, let's give you different options through the different channels that we're offering. That's how I feel about this situation. But shout out to many of the young people, young women. Shout out to many of the young men as well, because this issue of gender equality goes both ways. But because it's a two-way street, and because I speak more for the women. I'm not a masculinist. I'm not a feminist either, but I'm a youth empowerment advocate. I speak more for the people, for the young people as well.
I guess gender equality is one of the Sustainable Development Goals 2030.
Absolutely.
So that's why I was touching on that specifically.
Yes,
and I feel like it needs to be addressed in Africa. So I wanted to hear your views.
Absolutely,
And just treading off into a bit of a political theme. What do you think the role of religion? What's the role of religion in the prosperity of a nation? Do you think there's a correlation of some sort?
Was I ready for this question? Absolutely. Well, okay. I mean, charity begins at home, so I will start with a case study. Yemuno, Zimbabwe. Shout out to everybody who understands what I just said. I said within the Zimbabwean sphere. I feel for a fact that religion does have an active role. I'll give a very, very practical example. Just about 2 to 3 weeks ago, in less than a month, the Zimbabwe Council of Churches had a dialogue, quote-unquote dialogue, with the political parties. So that's two of the main themes of what you've just spoken about, the church with the political system. You understand? So there's a gelling that is very necessary between those two entities, because what you then see is a rift, is a division. And depending on what religion we're looking at, depending on what denomination, etc., this may have a huge impending on the development of a country. And it's sad to say, at times you find very numerous nations. It's fundamentalism. You find very numerous nations fighting in political wars, but also very religious wars. We'll take the Islamic State, for example. The Islamic State is a fundamental group that is really penetrated not just the political sphere, but the religious sphere of the world. And it's become so religious to the extent that it's become so political. So the development of a nation is very, very compromised in that situation. And if we look at the state where ISIS actually originated, there's no development whatsoever. So there is a very bright ray of sunshine for Zimbabwe because that dialogue happened. And I believe in many other nations that should be the same. So to answer your question, yes, I do believe by all means it's important. Wind our church, the people who go to the same church are the people who go to the same parliament session and speak very reasonably and level-headedly afterwards. So yes, I believe there is a direct correlation.
The more pious a nation, the more prosperous.
The more prosperous, yes. We believe in God, and so should you.
Amen. Speaking about Zimbabwe introducing this new currency, could you please tell those of us who do not know what it means, what exactly does RTGS stand for?
Oh my gosh, this is another question I was ready for. Can we cut this? Can I just go on my phone like
RTGS stand for?
I'm not gonna go into it. I'm no economist at all, but I hope the state knows that you're asking me this question. It stands for Return Transfer Gross Settlement.
Okay.
I hope I got it correct. And if I got it correct, I want that ding. I hope so. So I'm just going to check Google. If not, we'll have to start this interview again, No, absolutely.
Anyway, Mr. Gwindi, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for taking this interview and just sharing some of your insights and informing us on what you think. I think it's very important we address the youth. This message was particularly for the youth, created by the youth. And we just like to say thank you to Mr. Gwindi for blessing Dario Rio, Tulani Mlambo's channel. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more content from us. We've got a lot of issues to discuss. And I'll be collabing with Mr. Gwindi. His YouTube channel will be on the link in the video underneath. Thank you very much. And shout out to Delight for taking the video for us.
The man.
Mr. Cameraman himself.